Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setup for today. So, engulfing, green bar on the daily, nicely played. Also, an inside bar from last month, that is here. We're at the 61.8 Fibonacci of this previous move up, so that is another scenario, another signal, and also 1, 2, 3 attempts down, so 3 moves down with 2 pullbacks in between. So yeah, there's a lot of structure here. It's oscillators also giving us a bit of diversion on the daily as well. But if we start looking at the levels we want to pay attention to, we've got this buying frenzy coming off the 61.8, 13,382, and then we had this rejection bar here. Then we've got an engulfing green of that rejection bar, so it does look like we're finding some support here at 13,547. Not 100% clear in my view. It still needs a little bit of work, but here's a good example of pin bar with an engulfing bar above it. There is a indication that that's a potential bottom, and not a bottom from the whole move, but just a short-term bottom for a move back to come and test one of these tails here for a continuation to the downside. And that's what it's looking like at the moment, even though we do have a nice engulfing bar, which is good. The tails are too long for me, to be honest, but look at the oscillator starting to group the upside. So if we can maintain this level 13,547, then maybe continuation up. If we get back below this level, then I would expect us to come and tackle this 13,382 again. Just bear in mind the ECB is talking today, so that is going to impact us. And DAX is very much driven by the Dow and the Euro. And at the moment, both of them are just drifting sideways. So anything's possible. Right, so let's just look at the hour. So first hour of trading yesterday, we had a pretty big drop, and then we had an inside bar. Just below the 61.8, probably would have found the level to the left. But in my opinion anyway, it was in a channel, so not interested in going along. Broke the upside, and then we just drifted sideways. So this is a mirrored image of what happened on the US markets. So US markets opened high, dropped, rallied, dropped. So that's pretty much what happened there. So I suspect we're waiting for two things. We're waiting for the ECB to finish their song and dance in Europe, and then we're waiting for CPI this afternoon. So can go either way. I think that's the bottom line. And if we just drop the 15, because that's kind of where you're going to be trading, you can see early morning session, lots of diversions from the moving average, big move down, inside bar, and then you start with this rally here. So good example of a potential opportunity to the upside, but against the trend. And then when you get above the 155 and you're expecting, there was probably a signal there, but that's during the US markets, or just before the US markets, or was it, sorry? Let's just get the time here. 11:45, 12, yeah, just was afternoon session, late lunch, just after lunch session for Europe, just before the US Open. So rallied, and then US Open down, and then up and down. So that's the picture we have at the moment. So I'd be keen to see what happens here. If we can hold 13,547 or 13,550, then potentially an opportunity to move to the upside, and you're going to be looking, you're going to have to keep your wits about you, but I would suspect that is the first target area there, 13,794, possibly 13,800. But there's a lot going on at that level, so I think that's where you would find your first rejection. And then the second thing to pay attention to here is you have a move up into a consolidation triangle. I take it from the lowest point of the triangle, and if I put that level in, you should see some structure. Very messy, but that's kind of the two targets that we've got. So first target is 13,794, second target is 13,900. Now just get back the 15-minute, because this is where you're going to be. Look, we're in amongst the moving averages here, and that is sideways, so you're going to have to sort of wait for European Open, and whatever European Open is, it'll range until the ECB talks. Once the ECB starts talking, it should be pretty volatile, and depending on what noise comes out, it's either going to drop back to come and test the lows here, or it's going to rally to come to this level here. So those are the two trades. You've got 13,382 to the downside and 13,794 to the upside. Obviously, looking at it, if we do get up here, there's a good chance we can get to 13,900 as well. But until we break through this range, there's no real opportunity. So just watch what happens. Probably worthwhile just watching it on the 5 minutes if you've got time. Just check when the ECB is talking, and you give it 15 minutes after they finish talking before you jump in on it. And if it has broken to the upside, wait for the pullback. And if it's broken to the downside, wait for the pullback and then get in on that trade in the direction. Anyway, hope it helps. But really messy. And for me, it's to sit on hands until we get some confirmation. Enjoy your day. We'll catch up with you tomorrow. Cheers for now.